Hello, welcome to the Retro Show. I'm Bearded Mike, and you know, if you've been watching my channel, I'm a big fan of Dungeon Master. It was originally on the Atari ST, it was ported to the Amiga, and also the MS-DOS platform. But did you know somebody in the 1990s tried to port it over to this Commodore 64? That's coming up next. There's very little information on this particular Dungeon Master version for the Commodore 64. I tried to look for it. There was an article, which I'll put a link in below, about it, and he was baffled why there was absolutely no information. It was actually created around the 90s, and we had a screenshot. Originally, I just saw a screenshot on the Dungeon Master Wikipedia, and that was it. Lately, I've found an actual copy of it, or a preview of it, and this is what I'm showing you right now. Of course, if you want to try out this game on an emulator, or like what I did, I actually converted it into a tape file, and I'm hoping that it'll work on my original Commodore. And if you want to track out, I'll put a link in the description below to the article, and the link, of course, it has the link to the actual game itself. As you can see here, there's the dungeon itself. You can select your characters. And this is a barbarian human, and you can go over here, and this is a elf wizard, and the last player, I think that says gnome, and yeah, I think it was a gnome bard. Anyway, you can pick up stuff and food or whatever the hell this is, and you can actually, give me a moment here, it's a little difficult. You can actually put stuff on the ground, which is kind of neat, and then pick it up and give it to another player, which is over here. And you get like torches and swords and stuff. So the interface was pretty much done. Just the color, maybe speed it up a little bit, and it is slow. It is a very slow game going from screen to screen. So maybe if they tighten up some code, see, you have a map here. It was like really far along done, so I don't know why they just dropped it. Alright, so let's move around. As you can see, moving forward is not too bad, but when I turned left, it took forever just to turn and face another direction. I tried to speed it up, and the mouse just went everywhere, and it's like, oh, this is unplayable. Alright, so I played a little bit of the game. That's not much. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take this game and transfer it to a tape, because that's all I have. I have those disk drive, the Commodore 64 disk drive, the 1531, I believe, and like most of those disk drives, it doesn't really work. I don't know if it's my Commodore that's doing it or the disk drive itself is out of line. I still have it, I just don't know what to do with it. Anyway, the tape drive that I have works, so I transferred the program into a tape file, and now I'm going to convert it into a cassette. Now, any cassette will do. So what I did is I went to the Value Village and I picked up a cassette that I wouldn't mind destroying. So the cassette I'm going to do is Billy Ray Cyrus, Some Gave All. Alright, so here I am. Okay, let's pop this Billy Ray Cyrus, your close-up. Turn this guy on. Every time I see that blue screen, it brings a smile to my face. Alright, so let's press play and wait for the magic to happen. Magic. Alright, so it's not working. All I get is a ready command, so I guess it doesn't work. I tried a few more times. Again, it's very, very touchy. And I accidentally touched the power and it actually turns itself off and I'm getting out of memory error. So again, this is typical with this particular Commodore and I'm not surprised that it's doing this. So what I did was, just to make sure that it's still working, I tried one of my my previous tapes that I made, and I loaded Jumpman Jr. and it works fine. So that's a look at, not Jumpman Jr., Dungeon Master for the Commodore 64, some kind of homebrew / prototype that was discovered in the wild and I guess never made to full development. If you like these kind of videos, please click on subscribe or give me some thumbs up. Until the next video, this is Bearded Mike signing off.